Skitch is a great program for your iPad. Here it is in the middle. I'm just going to tap on it to open it. The first time you open it, you have to fill in an account. Now it uses your Evernote account. I'm a big fan of Evernote. So I've already got an Evernote account and I will be able to link that to the Skitch. If you haven't got an Evernote account, there's no reason not to get one. It's free. So this is Skitch, and it allows you to take screenshots of web pages, photographs, and then edit them, draw arrows, shapes, lines, text, all kinds of stuff. So let's get started. Now I've already got my account, so I'm going to sign in. So I'm just going to sign in, and it's now linking to my Evernote. And do I want to create a Skitch notebook? This will be quite useful to have a Skitch notebook so that it always puts all my Skitch things in the same notebook. So yes, let's do that. So I could take a photo, choose a photo, I could draw on a map, or I could start with a blank. And you can capture from a website as well. So let's try capturing from a web. So type in the URL or do a search, and when you browse to something you like, tap the snapshot icon. That's the one down the bottom. So for example, I'm just going to type in a website. So here's my website. I tap snap down the bottom and it takes a screenshot of that, brings it into Skitch. Now what I can do is I can start to get out things like this. Can highlight that, put circles around things, put a box around something that I want to change. I can put some text with it. What should we put? This has to go. Exclamation mark. I can also drag that text around. So I can drag it to a location that I want just by putting my finger on it and moving it around. What can we do with this? We can highlight areas like that and it pixelates them. So if there's information that I didn't want you to see, I can highlight an area like this and it'll pixelate it for me so you won't be able to see it. I can crop areas, and that's all that's left. I've just picked up my iPad and given a good old shake. Undo. So let's save that, and it should be saving that to my Evernote account into my Skitch notebook so that I can go back and get it. Now to create a new one, just push the plus button. I'm going to take a photograph. I'm just going to grab my iPad, go outside, take a photograph, and then I'd like to sketch on top of the photograph to show my client where I'd like to put some planter boxes. So there's my photograph. I'd like to use that. Let's tap use, and I would like to access my photos. OK. And so now I've got that photo. So what I'd like to tell my client is what I'd like to do with it. So I was actually thinking that this would be a good place to put the planters in here. So I think the planter should go in there. And I'm going to carry on drawing. So I think there's another line goes down here and then comes across here. And these lines here will carry along. And along like that. So that's going to be where I'd like to put a planter. We're going to perhaps put some steps in so I can make my lines thinner, and we're going to put some paving down here. You've got to be careful because if you run over some of those lines it will do that. So I have to draw my paving like this where I don't touch that first black line. And that's going to be paving. Now I can put some arrows. And some arrows there and some text. So this is the new planter. And here we want to put paving. Oh, I wish the spell checker had taken care of that. I thought the spell checker had come up and I just carried on. So let's just drag that, and you can see I can make the paving bigger. Planter. Just tap on the planter, grab hold of that little arrow, and we can make the text bigger. So now I can email that to my client, or I could save it to my, first of all let's just save it. So it's now saving it to my Evernote. So I'll be able to come back and look at this some other time. And as soon as it's finished saving, I want to open that up and I want to see if I can email it. So what about this button here? I could email, AirPlay, or save it to my camera roll, so it would become part of my photographs. Email it. We'll send it to the iPad tutor, which is me. So let's send it to me, and new planter, and I could CC it and send it. So now it's sent that image. Now I think this is going to be a great tool for people who are out on site and have to communicate to clients, to people back at the office, and so on. It's really simple. It's only got a handful of tools that you can use. It saves it to your Evernote, so you can come back and save it again. Now that means that you could add tags like the client, that kind of thing. Also, if you're on site and you save it to your Evernote, if your office computers are connected to your Evernote account, the people in your office will be able to see what you've sent without having to email it to them.